Welcome to Primo RV Center and a first look at a brand new 187 RB in Apex's Apex Nano series. This is a most popular couples coach for us, just ultra popular for people to move up from something like a tent trailer they may have had in the past or an actual tent, or in some cases downsize too. So if they really want to have that maximum site availability, this ute being tip to tail 22 feet, the body itself is just under 19 feet. It really fits a lot of tow vehicles in terms of SUVs, but also a lot of sites to just give you maximum choice. And it really focuses here on having everything you need without going too far, and really focuses on functionality. This is a brand new 2024 unit. It is rare in most years that we can get enough to supply demand. We've just finally got some more in. And they've only arrived this week and they're already getting a lot of attention. So if this is a floor plan that you're interested in, I would definitely reach out right away if you're looking to use it this summer, because these typically do not last long. We have two with slightly different options, and we'll do videos on both so you can see the slight differences between the two. Starting up front, we will be adding a power jack to this front unit. So all of our Apex Nanos, we do add a power jack to. And that's so that if you are using an SUV and a weight distribution system, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to get on and off that vehicle. Standard, it will come with two 20-pound tanks with a cover. You've got room behind the battery here on the battery tray for up to 2 batteries. We do supply a battery with the coach, so you're already there. That couples with 200 watts of standard solar now on the roof, so increased solar from the previous model year. You've got the wonderful windshield here built into the 3/4 length cap. It really helps to cut down on the maintenance in terms of seams. Again, long term, definitely going to help to keep water out. And then you've got the ability to bring in all that light at the front, which is really wonderful. It makes the coach feel bigger on the inside, and you'll see that in the inside tour. So those two LED lights facing forward, really helpful when you're coming in at night. In the front, we do have great passenger storage. We're full 7.5 feet here, so you've got 7.5 feet of storage. You're going to see our charge controller here for our solar panel. That is expandable in terms of adding another 200 watts if you wanted to. You've got the proper charge controller. You've got a station here that's got USBs, as well as a 12-volt charger, so you could run a cooler or a computer off that if you wish. And that'll couple to the batteries in the front as well as your solar. And you got your light switch here for your lights on the very front. We've got magnetic catches here, which I absolutely love. When they first debuted, I added them to my coach, and something that's very, very handy. You're not ending up with them slamming down your hand or your head if you're unlucky enough. You've got 4 very large stabilizer jacks here standard. And then you've got your awning starting just after your compartment door, and then running near the end here as well. So when that's all the way out, you're going to have a full 8 feet, and that is really where you're going to live. You're just simply not going to be inside a lot, and that's what people love about the inside of this coach. Is it's really got that functionality where it's just easy to use. We've got the Lippert Steady Step standard, so we've got 2 posts that'll hit the ground here. They are adjustable, so if you've got an uneven site, you can make sure that they are nice and level in terms of the steps. And you've got great grip here, so if they do get wet, it's not something that's going to be very slippery. You're not going to have the maintenance as well with traditional stairs because they'll flip inside, so you're not having to lubricate them. We've got aluminum wheels here on the coach this year, so it's part of our standard package. So again, less maintenance in the future. You've got huge opposing windows, so you've got the same window in the dinette on this side as you do in the kitchen. So when you have both of those open, you really get a lot of airflow through there, which is great. You've got some built-in entertainment on the outside. You're going to have 2 exterior speakers, and you've got a Bluetooth stereo in there, so you can stream music from a phone or a device should you want to. And then you've got a plug-in here as well, so if you want to plug in any accessories on the outside that are 120 volt, you've got some ability to do so. You do have a propane outlet here as well, so a quick connect for propane. So that could allow you to use a matching barbecue or 2-burner stove if you've got the quick connection available to it. On the rear, we do have a standard spare tire, so you're well set up should you ever need it. As we come around the backside, you're going to have all the connections here right where you really want them, right to the back corner, which typically is in the direction where most of your hookups will be at the campsite. So we do have our hot water tank, so easy access for winterization back here. It is going to be a hot water tank that's a 6-gallon hot water tank. It is both propane and electric, and if you were to run both modes at the same time, they will equate that to 18 gallons per hour. So if you do want to do multiple showers, that's a great way to do it. If you've got power on site, you could flip on the propane switch as well, and you're going to be able to heat a lot of hot water within that 1 hour period if you're kind of doing dishes and taking showers before you head out. We've got a outside shower, very, very handy, hot and cold water back here. So very handy if you're washing your own feet off, washing the dog. If you've got grandkids that come with you once in a while, or kids, rinse them off too. So it's a very handy something you'll definitely use at some point. We've got a black tank flush here, which is going to do a wonderful job of cleaning the sensors. So you've got a little spinner at the top of the black tank for the toilet, and once you're hooked up to sewer, you can leave your valve open as you're dumping at the dump station. If you've got fresh water there, you turn it on, you hook it up to your black tank flush, and that's going to flush out those sensors, and hopefully they'll read more accurately for you over time. If you're lucky enough to have water on site, then you've got your direct feed access here for water. We're going to have our black and gray valves that you see there, obviously color coded, so it makes life easy. We do have connection here for cable and satellite, so if you're lucky enough to have cable on site, you can hook up there. It is a 30 amp service, so that you can run that AC unit on full if you wish. So everything else could be run off that 15 or 20 amp service. So again, if AC wasn't something you need in your area or often, then you don't have to necessarily worry about booking 30 amp service all the time. In our part of the world, it does get pretty hot in the summer, so it's nice to have that available to you. We do have the outlet for the furnace on the backside, which is great, so it's not a case where you're going to lean up against it when it's running with a chair and potentially melt the back of the chair, which most of us at some point have done, or with a tent trailer, things like that. Here's our large opposing window on the backside, so again, great airflow when you do have that open. And then we do have an emergency exit window here. This is one that can be louvered open. It's going to come out about 6 inches, so it's one that could be left open all the time just to get that airflow through. On the roof as well, we have a 3-speed fan in the center of the unit, which is really wonderful. When you pull into the campsite, you open up these big windows. It's going to be an out fan. It's 3 speeds, and it'll suck that hot air out for you. So it's really going to help to cool things down inside. And then there is a bathroom fan, a smaller, less volume in terms of the air it moves in the bathroom as well, just to help remove condensation. This is our water fill here, so if you're coming into the campground, if you've got, say, a smaller SUV, then you may choose to fill up at the campground. Typically there'll be a dedicated spot where you can do that. Wonderful thing here is if you're going to stay maybe a week somewhere, you've got 50 gallons to work with here, which on a small trailer is not something you typically see. When they first debuted, they were about 33 gallons, and that was one of the biggest of the time. They're now up to 50. The great thing is when it's time to leave the campsite, you've got this massive gate valve here, the big white valve you see, so you can very quickly shed that water, or at least whatever is left over. So very easy to get unset up when it's time. We invite you down to Primo RV Center to come have a look at this fantastic brand new 2024 187 RB while it's still with us.